Hello class 10, this is Ashok, your English teacher here, present with part 2 video of the chapter from the diary of Annie Frank. In the previous video, we read about Annie's childhood feelings about other members in the family, the death of her grandmother and her birthday present on her 13th birthday. This was a diary and she started writing diary on June 20, 1942. Now let's read the next part. Dearest Kitty, Saturday 20 June 1942. Our entire class is quaking in its boots. The reason, of course, is the forthcoming meeting in which the teachers decide who will move up to the next form and who will be kept back. Half the class is making bets. GN and I laugh ourselves silly at the two boys behind us. CNN checkers who have staked their entire holiday saving on their bet from morning to night. It's you are going to pass. No, I am not. Yes, you are. Not, I am not. Even G is pleading glances, and my angry outbursts can't calm them down. If you ask me, there are so many dummies that about a quarter of the class should be kept back, but teachers are the most unpredictable creature on earth. So, in this part of the text, there are certain difficult words which I will tell you. Quaking means shake or tremble. Staked means wet or chanced. Pleading means to make an emotional appeal. Glances means take a brief or hurried look. Outbursts means a sudden release of strong emotion. Dummies means an object designed to resemble and serve as a substitute for the real or unusual one. Unpredictable means not able to be predict or changeable. So, in this part of the text, we read that on June 20, 1942, Annie begins writing in her diary, addressing it as her friend Kitty. She mentions how her entire class is nervous about their results. It is unpredictable and will be decided by a meeting of teachers in which they will select students to be moved to the next class or kept back. Many students were making bets. Some had put in their entire summer savings at stake. She and her friend G also made fun of the nervous boys. They kept on saying to each other that I am not going to pass, while others would console them and say, yes, you would. G was polite as she tried to stop them from making noise, while Annie scolded them. But none of it worked. According to Annie, about a quarter of class should not be allowed to pass because they hardly respond or take part in any of the activities. She refers to them as dummies. But this may not be the case because teachers' decision can't be predicted. Now see what is there in the next part. I'm not so worried about my girlfriends and myself. We will make it. The only subject I'm not sure about is maths. Anyway, all we can do is wait. Until then, we keep telling us each other not to lose heart. So, in this part of the text, there is a phrase not to lose heart, and its meaning is not to be discouraged. The author says that she is not bothered about her friends because she is sure that they will pass. The only subject that she is unsure about is mathematics. She seems to be having a tough time with the subject, but all they could do was wait for the results and not lose their hope. Now, see what is there in the next part. I get along pretty well with all my teachers. There are 9 of them, 7 men and 2 women. Mr. Keesing, the old Fauji who teaches maths, was annoyed with me for ages because I talked so much. After several warnings, he assigned me extra homework, an essay on the subject, a chatterbox. A chatterbox, what you can write about that? I would worry about that later. I decided. I jotted down the title in my notebook, tucked it in my bag, and tried to keep quiet. So, in this part of the text, there are 2 or 3 words which are difficult for you. Old Fauji man, an old fashioned person. Annoyed means slightly angry or irritated. Chatterbox means a person who likes to chatter, means talkative person is called chatterbox. Jotted means write quickly. So, in this part of the text, we read that Annie tells how she has a great relationship with all her teachers except the maths professor. He was constantly irritated by the author's talkativeness, means Annie was very much talkative and this was not liked by her maths teacher. Despite several warnings, Annie did not stop talking in his classes, which prompted him to give her extra homework as punishment. So, as punishment, she got extra work from maths teacher. The first one was to write an essay on chatterbox, which she thought was a weird topic. Thought was a weird topic to write on because what could one write about that? So this was there in the moment. That evening, after I had finished the rest of my homework, the note about the essay caught my eye. I began thinking about the subject while chewing the tip of my fountain pen. Anyone could ramble on and leave big spaces between the words, but the trick was to come up with convincing arguments to prove the necessity of talking. I thought, and suddenly I had an idea. I wrote the 3 pages Mr. Keesing had assigned me and was satisfied. I argued that talking is a student's trait and that I would do my best to keep it under control. What? That I would never be able to cure myself of the habit, since my mother talked as much as I did, if not more, and that there's not much you can do about inherited traits. So, in this part of the text, there are 3 or 4 words which are difficult for you. Ramble. Ramble means to talk or write at length in a confused or inconsequential ways. Convincing means capable of causing someone to believe that something is true or real or powerful. Trait means quality. Inherited means derived genetically from one's parents or ancestors. So, in this part of the text, we read that the author came across the note she made as a reminder for the essay after she had finished the rest of her homework. She began thinking about the topic while chewing the tip of her fountain pen. She had an idea about what to write. While anyone could mention a random stuff written for the sake of filling pages, she wanted to present concrete arguments in support of talking. She mentioned that she will try to better herself as a student, but talking is something that cannot be eliminated completely. This is because she got it as an inherited trait from her mother, and this is how she ended up writing 3 pages on this topic. Means she wrote 3 pages on the Gibbons topic by her maths teacher. And in those pages, she gave some examples and importance of speaking or talking. Then the next part is there. Mr. Keesing had a good laugh at my arguments. What when I proceeded to talk my way through the next lesson, he assigned me a second essay. This time it was supposed to be on an incorrigible chatterbox. I handed it in, and Mr. Keesing had nothing to complain about for 2 whole lessons. However, during the third lesson, he had finally had enough. Annie Frank, as punishment for talking in class, write an essay entitled Quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. So, in this part of the text, there are 3 words which may be difficult for you. Proceeded. Proceeded means to begin a course of action. Incorrigible means not able to be changed. Mistress means a woman in a position of authority or control. Now, in this part of the text, we read that the professor, means Mr. Keesing, found Annie's argument to be amusing. But when she did not stop talking in the next lesson, also, he gave her yet another assignment as punishment. The topic was an incorrigible chatterbox. Incorrigible refers to a bad habit that is difficult to change. He gave her this topic because he was annoyed of her unstoppable chattering during his lessons. On receiving this argument, the professor did not say anything to her for a while, but when he lost his patience, he handed her yet another assignment as punishment on the topic Quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. Now, see what is there in the next part. The class roared. I had to laugh too, though I had nearly exhausted my ingenuity on the topic chatterbox. It was time to come up with something else, something original. My friend Sen, who's good at poetry, offered to help me write the essay from beginning to end in verse, and I jumped for joy. Mr. Keesing was trying to play a joke on me with this ridiculous subject, what I would make sure the joke was on him. So, in this part of the text, there are certain words which may be difficult for you. Roared means laughed, exhausted means completely used to, ingenuity means the quality of being clever, original, or inventive. Words means writing arranged with a metrical rhythm, typically having a rhyme. Ridiculous means deserving or inviting decision or mockery or absurd, you can say. Now, see what was there. When the professor, means Mr. Keesing, scolded Annie for the third time and punished her, the whole class started laughing. As a result, she had to pretend to be amused too. After writing twice on similar topics, she ran out of thoughts. Thus, her friend Sani, who was good at poetry, offered to help her write in rhyme. This whole assignment scenario was to make Annie feel ashamed. What she made sure that she gave an effective reply to this. And now see what is there in the next part. I finished my poem and it was beautiful. It was about a mother duck and a father swan with 3 babies ducklings who were bitten to death by the father because they quacked too much. Luckily, Mr. Keesing took the joke the right way. He read poem to the class, adding his own comments and to several other classes as well. Since then, I have been allowed to talk and haven't been assigned any extra homework. On the contrary, Mr. Keesing always making jokes these days. So, in this part of the text, there is one word which may be difficult for you, contrary. Contrary means opposite in nature, direction, or meaning. So she finally wrote her third assignment in the form of a poem, which turned out to be great. She wrote a satire that a father swan wet his three baby ducklings to death because of their noisy nature. To her good luck, the professor took it lightly. The professor recited the entire poem in front of the class while giving his own remarks simultaneously about the poem. The author, being fortunate enough, talked interruptedly after this incident without any further homework as punishment. Also, Mr. Keesing, the professor, started crackling jokes every now and then in front of the class. So this was the chapter. A homework As a homework, you will do the textual exercises in your notebooks, and the next test will be based on this chapter. So prepare for the text as well. That's all for today. Thanks and have a nice day.